Eastwood.
Mr. Deputy Speaker, we're here to talk about the failure of the Executive, and all you have to do is look around. I don't even need to make a speech to illustrate the failure of this Executive, but I'll give it a go. It is utterly surreal what's going on in this building today. The oxygen has been dragged out of this place, and the public are just bemused. And people keep talking about the anger out on the streets. People aren't angry, Mr. Deputy Speaker. They're utterly furious that we have got to this point. And some of us went to an election last year and said that we would go to a programme for government negotiation after the election, as was outlined in the so-called Fresh Start agreement. I went into those negotiations. We did our homework. We had papers written. We put the papers in on all manner of subjects and topics and areas, and nobody wanted to negotiate back. Nobody wanted to talk to us about how we can invest in the Irish language, how we can protect equality for LGBT people, how we can tackle poverty and discrimination right across our society. Nobody wanted to talk to us about how we can expand opportunities for students and develop our economy and build our infrastructure. Nobody wanted to talk back. It reminds me a bit like today, when there's nobody here. People who are well paid to be here aren't here. They talk about meaningless discussions. Well, it's not meaningless to the people out on the street. They can go and put their posters up today if they want. Some of us are here to do business and will be here until the very end. It is of course true that because of the DUP's despicable and disgraceful behaviour around not just RHI that we've got to this point. But it's also true, Mr. Deputy Speaker, that they were let do all those things. They were allowed to do all those things. It's not 3 or 4 weeks ago where a draft programme for government was announced and hailed by Sinn Féin, the DUP. No Irish Language Act, no anti-poverty strategy, no LGBT rights legislation, none of that. None of it. And we were all called whingers and opposition for opposition's sake for pointing it out. Now, all of a sudden, it's stuff they just couldn't stand for. We're calling time on the DUP status quo. Well, when did it become the DUP status quo? Because only a few weeks before that, we were told that this is what delivery looks like. Well, it looks pretty bare today, Mr. Deputy Speaker. We're faced today with the biggest economic, social and political crisis to face these islands since partition. We have a Tory government who are determined to bring about a hard Brexit which would destroy everything that we've built, everything that's left of it. It would destroy our economy, destroy our Good Friday Agreement, destroy everything that we have. And Theresa May said a lot of things today, but what she did say, she's got a paper from the Scottish Government, a paper coming from the Welsh Government. She didn't mention anything coming from this Executive. Nothing at all. 7 months and nothing at all from our Executive. And people can go to the microphone in the Falls Road and complain about Theresa May's speech today. They didn't even put anything on paper to the British Prime Minister or the British Government to tell them that we need to protect our citizens here, our citizens who voted 56% to remain as part of the European Union. Mr. Deputy Speaker, tomorrow marks an important day for a man called John Hume. It's his 80th birthday. Someone who built these institutions, who democratically struggled to ensure that we could have these institutions and that we could be part of an open Europe. In his Nobel Peace Prize speech, he said, "I want to see Ireland, North and South, the wounds of violence healed, play its rightful role in a Europe that will, for all Irish people, be a shared bond of patriotism and new endeavour. I want to see in Ireland as an example to men and women everywhere of what can be achieved by living for ideals rather than fighting for them, and by viewing each and every person as worthy of respect and honour. I want to see an Ireland of partnership where we wage war on poverty and want, where we reach out to the marginalised and dispossessed, where we build together a future that can be as great as our dreams allow." If people still believe in that, Mr. Deputy Speaker, they have an opportunity on the 2nd of March to give voice to that and to put an end to this nonsense that we've had for the last 10 years. Thank you.